What's up guys, it's Jay with our first episode of Airbnb Gold Mines. Our first episode is at amazing Views Rustic Lodge right here in Homestead in East Tennessee. We are literally minutes away from Blackberry Mountain, which is world renowned. Let's go check it out. So I've sold hundreds of cabins right here in the Smokies. I've built over 15 cabins. I own 10 plus cabins and have literally bought and sold, a dozen plus more. So I'm gonna tell you the do's and don'ts and all the good, bad, and ugly, everything Airbnb related right here in the Smoky Mountains. On this channel, you'll get to know about numbers, area, styles, locations, amenities, everything that you would need to know if you were gonna be buying your Airbnb here in the Smokies. So Amazing Views Rustic Lodge is located right here in Walland, Tennessee. You may not know where that is, but we are literally minutes away from Sevierville, Tennessee, and literally minutes away from world-renowned Blackberry Mountain. This is about a 15-20 minute drive from downtown Pigeon Forge, 25 if there's a bunch of traffic, but literally this place is beautiful and people love it because of the unobstructed views. Unlike maybe a Gatlinburg or right downtown Pigeon Forge, you literally have virgin land everywhere you go. Let's go check it out so you can see some more. So before we get into the nitty-gritty of all the numbers, I actually want to show you what all went into this cabin and all the amenities in it. Let's go check out the dining room. So we know that everybody wants to migrate and enjoy a home-cooked meal. We want to make sure that when you come here, you never have to leave. And so we have high-end appliances, cabinet lighting, just everything. Everything that you need when you're coming to stay here. And we made sure that there's plenty of seating for everybody, enough people to sit 12 comfortably. So everything in the cabin was carefully thought through. The selections, the colors, the stone fireplaces, we have 3 of those. Everything that you think of, even the coasters, right? We wanted to have a specific look and we wanted to make sure that we maximize profit, maximize occupancy. All of our beds are sleeper sofas. This will come out to be a queen, and so you have easily sleeping on the main, and it's really well thought through and looks really good. And every cabin needs a half bath on the main, so we've got that. Let's check out the master. So here, I wanted to make sure, 1, that there is a wow factor, and 2, that every single bedroom has its own walkout suite. Now this one was really decorated nicely. We love the way that the furniture accents with the wood tones. And then what's really special about this one is the master bath. Let's check it out. All right, so we wanted to make sure it was plenty of space and high-end finishes. So I got this idea right here with the tub shower combo from my own personal house. And this one's actually turned out nicer than in my own house. So check it out. So you walk inside, you have the guy can shower, literally the woman can go enjoy her own thing. But we really wanted it to be nice and unique, and we chose this octagon style tub. It was just something really unique, something cool that you didn't see. We wanted to mix modern with the rustic in this cabin. And so the same thing went through in selection. So choosing our countertops, our handles, and then mixing it up with our fixtures as well. We just wanted to have a unique wow factor that you weren't just gonna see in every single cabin. Now, one thing that I love in every place I go is outdoor space. And I wanted to make sure that we had tons of it. And that's the fact about it, guys, is when somebody's going out and they're spending $1,000+ a night, they want to be able to go and entertain. And so when you're here, you have plenty of seating outside and plenty of stuff to do with views literally everywhere you go. And so I wanted to make sure every single one of my cabins had tons of outdoor space so that people could enjoy it. So that's the first floor. Let's go upstairs. This is actually my favorite part of the house, is the stone wall feature. In fact, I got so much pushback from my stone guys because they're like, no, it's gonna be too hard. And we put really nice features, nice fixtures here as well. Upstairs, we have 2 full master bedrooms and the bunk room. Let's check it out. So here we're in the bonus room. We tied up another stone fireplace in here, which is a really cool factor. We have 4 bunks. So technically you could fit 8 Rugrats in this place, and we wanted to make sure that they had their own place, that they could put their toys in here and it really not mess anything up. But my favorite part of this cabin is attached to this room. Let's check it out. Oh, and you know, you gotta be able to close it off for when the kids are having a movie night. A lot of builders will go out and do like really cheap things. They'll never put the right lighting. They'll never put the right like blinds and stuff like that. We make sure that we have that in all of them. Now remember, I told you every bedroom has its own balcony. This is my favorite one with big tall ceilings. Oh, and I told you that we're right next to world renowned Blackberry Mountain. These cabins right there, some of these are like $20 million plus cabins. So right as you can see there, there's some monsters in that background. And if you check it out over here, you can literally see Sevierville and way on past that. So literally everyone that comes here loves these views and loves this area. You've heard $1 million views, right? Well, that's exactly what you have, but in every direction. Okay, so the difference is with this cabin is one, it's so big, it sleeps so many people, and the views are impeccable. That is gonna bring over $2,000 a night during peak season. In fact, last year, we just put on the market just to test it out, and we got $11,000 bookings for the month of December. And I told you, we do not cheap on anything. All this is high-end furniture, and we have king beds every single place that we can. In fact, a lot of this stuff is stuff that you'd see in your own like primary house. Some of this furniture is the same stuff that I have in my own personal home. And once again, I told you every single bedroom has its own deck. This is the same thing. The same views you just saw is what you get off this back deck as well. Now this place is huge, guys, but you know I was gonna save the best for last. Now, every single cabin that you ever go to, the number one thing that people search the most is game rooms and pool tables. So we had to put a nice one in, and we had to make sure that it matched everything else as well. And so anytime that you have guests that are coming here, you wanna make sure that you have enough amenities to do it, and a nice pool table always does justice. So this is the last bedroom downstairs. So this bedroom also has a king size bed and its own deck outside and its own ensuite. Now, one thing that people always ask for is a pack and play. We literally have everything you can think of for kids. Oh, and you have to have plenty of games. Having things like that definitely makes sure that you get the most rental revenue per night and the best customer experience. And you know, I told you this is the best thing in the house, right? Wrong. Let's go check out the pool. So wanted to make sure you could see the pool from outside, because if you're a parent and you're watching your kids, you don't want to be inside. We have this thing temperature controlled. This is a black PebbleTech gunite with tons of seating. In fact, you come out here having a drink with the kids and just relax. So you gotta have the pool for a hot summer day. But what about those cold winter days or those cold winter nights? You gotta have a massive hot tub. Let's check it out. And you know we don't go small on anything at this cabin. We've got the big hot tub with all the features, got the lights, the waterfall, and everything else. And I wanted to make sure that this cabin had everything. The outdoor fireplace just for everything you can think of, the seating as well. Oh, and one more treat. You know we had to pimp this thing out, right? So check it out. So out here, I wanted to make sure that you had privacy, but also where you could enjoy a nice high-end fire pit. So we built the fire pit secluded. Literally, nobody can see you. You come out here, you have a drink, you're hanging out with your friends, you have privacy. We put the trees up so that the HVAC wouldn't make any noise, and literally, you cannot see anybody. What do you need to know if you're gonna buy one of these? I'll tell you what the top expenses are. Your debt service is gonna be the #1 most expensive thing that you have. servicing the loan on this thing. So you got to make sure that one, you're in a cabin that you can offset that mortgage, but also be able to have expendable cash, free cash flow after that. The next thing is going to be your cleaning fees. That's going to be your second largest expense. Now, that should pass through to your end consumer, so that shouldn't really matter too much. So you want to make sure that your cleaning fee is greater than what it's actually costing you. The third most expensive thing is going to be the property manager. They're going to take somewhere around 20%. So if a property does $250,000 revenue, that property manager is going to take home about $50,000. So you may want to consider self-management if you have the capacity to do so. If not, it's just a cost of doing business. Now, those are your three major expenses, but don't forget you're going to have your electric, power, all the other thing, your utilities, cable, internet, all those things. Those things do factor in, so you always want to make sure that you're factoring all your expenses when you're going out and doing a cash flow pro forma. So if you want to go down and get into the real nitty gritty, I've actually got other videos where I break down this specific property. But if you want to know more, if you want to know maybe about your property or property that you're looking at, shoot me a message. You can actually go to my website at investingwithjay.com and we'll go over all those details. So some other important things that you need to know is, what does this $1.8 million get you? So for this property specifically, it was all the exterior features, the fire pit, the hot tub, the pool, all those things, all the furniture. I mean, we spent almost $75,000 furnishing this cabin. And so pots, pans, dishes, plates, everything. This place is literally turnkey. I mean, you walk into this place and you don't have to do it. You literally can throw it on the rental program the very next day. Some other things you needed to be, considering is, if you're not all cash, which, let's be honest, most investors are going to use debt. So you need to know what type of loan products out there. One of the most popular loan products out there today is what's called a DSCR loan. That's a debt service coverage ratio loan. They'll go off of what the property is actually going to perform. Now, they will require somewhere around 25% down. Maybe we'll get into maybe a local bank or something that can do 20%. But on a property like this, you're roughly going to need $400,000 down and your closing costs. Another thing that a lot of brokers don't tell you about is, with those different lenders, you're going to have to show several months of reserves. So in a particular situation like this, let's just say your mortgage was $10,000, you're going to need to show that you've got $60,000 sitting above and beyond what your expenses are. So make sure that you have that considered, and make sure that you know of what all that goes into as far as your expenses monthly. Like I said, your internet, water filtration, cable, all those different things. If you want to provide amenities, like, what are those things going to cost? So just make sure, if you're doing this, if you're buying, if you're investing in the Smokies, come prepared, do your homework, or find somebody like myself that can actually educate you on the market and make sure you're in the best situation possible. Until next time, guys, we'll see you on episode 2. Appreciate you guys checking in, and we'd love to know, what was your favorite feature on this cabin, and what would you like to see in the next episode? Comment below, let us know what your thoughts are and what else you'd like to see in episode 2. See you on the next one.